Today, I am finally gonna go off the deep end. Finally just go for gold. Talk about something that really interests me, but I'm a little scared to talk about it because it's kind of an endless subject that no one has the answers to. It's not finite. It doesn't even relate to this earth really at all. It's kind of saying that nothing here really matters. So, what is active imagination? In my view, growing up, I always saw imagination as daydreaming. And I always thought it was a bad thing. You know? Y'all remember it. I'm sure if you found this fucking video, you're a daydreamer. I guarantee you probably have some of that in you. So you'd sit around at your desk and you'd imagine your reality as you wish it would be. And then you were told, oh, pay attention. Learn how to do 2 + 2 because that matters. Even though we all know the answer's fish. Wherever the hell that reference came from. So, to get going on daydreaming and how to rewire your future present moments to be to your liking, and if you even can, and ethically should you, I guess let's start off by talking about the daydreaming aspect of it and some of the things you may notice without knowing exactly how to manipulate your reality. Have you ever experienced deja vu before? What about a synchronicity? A small thing that happens where you're like, that doesn't make sense. Like, that shouldn't have happened, and it fits so fucking perfectly. It's so strange how they just show up every now and then. Just this morning, I woke up at 3:33, and I did not get out of bed. And then I checked my alarm clock the next time, and I didn't set an alarm. It was 4:44, and then 5:55. This shit's getting weird. But it's a synchronicity. It's kind of like a little guiding light to tell you you're on the right path. So it gets a little difficult with daydreaming, and especially if you're trying to just get some one-off use case benefit in your life. Like, let's say you're trying to win the lottery. I don't think you're going to see synchronicities from the universe every single day saying, oh boy, you're getting closer, you're almost there. No, it's not like that. But when you step into like your purpose, I think that's when you start seeing synchronicities. Deja vu, I want to say this is either from a daydream or a dream in which you've already imagined an outcome, and it happens so vividly within that daydream or the night dream that when it happens in real life, you get the deja vu and you're like, wait, this has happened before. Where did it happen? It happened in your daydreams. A lot of the times we don't remember them. We don't. When you get so caught up in the dream state, it's almost like you completely go unconscious. Your thinking brain is gone, right? All those images that you see within your mind, and you're gonna have to give me some fucking leash with this one, is I don't believe that's imaginative material from your own brain. My way of thinking of it is that vivid scene that you see when you're deep in a meditation or a daydream or within a dream itself. And if you're able to lucid dream, that is your soul's way of interpreting source or the connection or God, whatever you want to call it. And you learn lessons through that. So it's not technically like conscious thought, so that's why sometimes you experience deja vu and it's hard to remember. Another thing I like talking about with daydreaming, texts and phone calls. This is very weird, but I'm sure if you do this enough, you'll start to notice it. So, for example, I have Matt Rife tickets coming up here pretty shortly. And I'm going to be going to the show, and just this morning, I was thinking about it. I was like, shit, man, I think that show's on Friday, maybe it's on Saturday, but we haven't even figured out rides yet. Like, are we going to go together? Are we going to eat? And while I was thinking about it, and I'm thinking about my buddy who he bought the tickets in the first place, he texts me. He fucking texts me while I'm thinking about it. right? It's almost like the universe is just like, yeah, you're actively thinking about the fact you need plans right now. Here you go. Here's your buddy. It's so weird. But please, trust me on this. It's going to start happening way more for everyone. Especially if you're looking at any of these type of spiritual videos and wondering, reality creation, energy, like what the fuck is going on right now? The world seems nuts. You will notice this stuff. So please, use it for the good purposes. Only. Because you could kind of abuse these things. Now, I'm going to talk very shortly because I don't want to go, I could go on for hours. But I want to keep it sort of short and succinct. And then from there, I can expand. So I want this to be like the first video. And then you guys, please shit all over me and let me know how far off track I get so that I can improve. Because this is new and my brain is going crazy. So how I like to do this, if I want to change something in my future to whatever I want, it doesn't really matter. Like I do it pretty much every day with, filming videos and stuff like that. Like I film every day, but you'd think that I just get up here and I have to write a script and I have to do all that stuff. No. Like I imagine doing this in my dreams before I do it. And so therefore it's easy. Like I don't need a script. It just comes and then shoots out my mouth like a spigot full of shit. Except hopefully what I'm saying is not garbage. But if it was, that'd be fucking hilarious. So going next, remote viewing, third person mode. I find this to be the most important way to get yourself into a future present moment if you want to manifest something happening. So let's say that you're a football player and you really want to have like a standout game. You have scouts coming to watch you play and you want to get all the touchdowns possible. All right. The way that you would want to do this is you go into your imaginative state and you imagine yourself on the field in the game. But instead of just imagining like going into the end zone with the football and rah, I got a touchdown, a lot of the times that doesn't work. It doesn't work because there's no emotion attached to it. Whereas, and this is the crazy thing that I really want to state, we have to quantum jump lifelines through an energetic shift. So I believe I brought this up on another video. But this comes from Vadim Zeland, who is a quantum physicist. He wrote the book Reality Transurfing. And basically he's saying that there's all these highways in the sky. There's an endless amount of highways. There's on-ramps, there's off-ramps. And these highways go forward, they go backwards, they go anywhere. It doesn't fucking matter. There's infinite, right? And you, right now, are on a highway. You're on one of them. And you can choose at any time to shift to a different one of these branches. But you might need to do an on-ramp to get to one, an off-ramp. You could even shift and jump your car and hit another highway. But that's the thing, is how do you do that? Do you just do it through your imagination? Be like, oh, well, I want to be on that highway. No. That's this point right here, which is probably the most difficult thing for me to conceptualize. But the third person remote viewing is the process of viewing yourself. So I want to be like Gears of War guys, all right? If you guys ever played Gears of War or one of those old shooter games where you go third person mode, I want you to go into your imaginative state, wherever you are that you'd like to experience that reality. And instead of focusing on all the other things there, instead of focusing on the football, instead of focusing on the quarterback throwing you the pass or the referee, I want you to focus on what you look like. On what you feel like, on how you're moving, how you're acting, on that level of swagger. And you want to know something crazy is if you want to shift to that reality and feel it and actually embrace it and experience it, it's an energetic one. You have to step into that person's energy. And that's the weird thing, is in the future, all the things that you imagine, you can have all of them, but the other things that are there, they're probably just materialistic crap, right? They don't really matter, and just imagining them being there is not going to bring them there. What matters is you need to imagine the person that you are in that future state and become that person. They're going to have a much higher energy signature. Their vibration is going to be higher. So you need to match in the current moment whatever that future vibration is. So you need to ascend up to it and step into it, and you can achieve whatever it is in that reality. So in the football example, they're going to be fucking glowing. This person's going all out. This is all-star game right here. Okay? I'm talking 5 TDs. Like 400 yards. My man is doing everyone dirty. Like, my guy, you are not the same human being. You are not the same human being. You need to go third person mode and step into that energy. You need to look at what you are in that reality that you want and step into it. That's you. That's your fucking job. Get in there. I believe in you. But not for 1 second am I just going to say, oh, no, you never change. You never increase energy. Nothing happens to you in particular. It's just based off these fucking frilly bullshit of imaginations you could have. The imagination part doesn't matter. It all is the feeling. The feeling is the secret. That is it. Because emotions and emotional states control your vibration and your frequency. And if you want to shift to different highways throughout your life, if you want to get on to a different path, then you need to figure out what feeling is that version of me, that person in that reality. What are they feeling? Okay? What's the resonance? What's the vibration of that feeling? And then in the present moment, can I step into that feeling state? So therefore, my energy signature is the same as the imaginative state, the imagined state that you want. And this is all part of the active imagination. You're saying, hey, I diagnosed it. I know exactly what you are. And I'm going to upgrade and step into it. And so therefore, when I do so, all those other things that are in that imagined reality are now mine. Now, if you're still here and you don't think I'm absolutely fucking nuts, thank you. I highly appreciate that. I know all this is a little out there. It's a little esoteric. I mean, at least I'm not talking about like the Emerald Tablets of Thoth at like 6 a.m. Like that would be psycho shit. But guys, genuinely speaking, I want you all to try using your active imagination more. It sounds much more confusing and complicated and convoluted than it really is. At the end of the day, whatever you want, pick something. Pick a future reality, and I want you to imagine what you'd feel like in that moment as if it was already achieved. Okay? So let's say you want a new job. Okay? How would you feel in the future moment if you had gotten that job? You'd probably feel ecstatic. All right? So while you are applying for that job, I want you to try and embody that emotion state of it being ecstatic. Apply to that job as if you've already achieved it, as if it's already yours. Because it is already yours. They don't fucking know it yet, but you're a goddamn wizard, Harry. All right? Woo! Jesus. Oh, and also, sorry if you guys hear that ringing in the background. I got a singing bowl, and I did a little bit of it earlier, and it hasn't stopped ringing. And it also echoes every time I scream. So, it's, yeah. Man, it's a shit show lately, guys. But hey, we're living the dream. So, going back to this real quick, summation, I'm not going to say anything more. I just want to give props to the people that I kind of learned this from. If you guys really want some great resources, Brian Scott, he's the GOAT. Please go check out his videos. He talks about quantum jumping. He has meditations. He does a lot with The Feeling is the Secret because he talks about Neville Goddard. Neville Goddard is the one that wrote The Feeling is the Secret. This comes from a lecture of his. He's passed on, I think it was around in the 1960s. He's the GOAT. Brian Scott's the GOAT. And then also, if you want to know anything about like reality transurfing, highly recommend Vadim Zealand. He's also incredibly smart and he's pretty funny. So get interested, guys. This shit's not going anywhere. It's about to get weird. I'm pretty sure we're going to shift realities into another world or something, or our powers are finally getting unlocked. So expect some omnikinesis things coming down the pipeline in the future. We'll see. Have a good one. Love you guys.